Okay. Can you hear me at the back? Okay. Let's get started. I have a tough task to keep you stay awake just right after lunch. Let's see how it goes. So this session is going to be not too technical, but this is more of a introductory session to something called physical risk. And so, how many of you already know what is physical risk? Only one, two. Okay. So, before we start our session, can you start the download of physical web app from your app store, either on iPhone or Android phone, and just let it continue in the background, so that when it comes to demo, all of you can see what the physical web is all about. So you can go to App Store and download the app called Physical Web. It is available in both iOS as well as Android. Okay, so a quick introduction so that you know what to ask, what questions to ask, and what not to ask. My name is Amey Inamdar. I work at Marvel Semiconductors in IoT Platforms Group, and I have experience in architecting Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth low energy based devices, typically for the consumer electronics. So there are a number of devices I have helped our customers to architect, which are shipping in volumes and which can be found in the store. So let's look at what the web really is, right? So when it started back in 1992-93 timeframe, the web was really an interconnect of computers that was meant to facilitate the two important aspects. First aspect is communication. A person at one end should be able to communicate with person on the other side, and the second goal is to have information exchange. You should be able to search something, you should be able to find information about something. It could be anything. I want to search for the Eiffel Tower, I can just search from Google, or I can go to Wikipedia and I will find all the information that is required for that I'm looking for. So computers, it's a network of computers, communication and information exchange. That's what the web is known traditionally. And if you look at where the current web ends, it still ends in the client which is in your hand, right? So you still use laptops and your smartphones to seek the information or to communicate with somebody else. And that's where the reach of current web ends. In the sense, it still does not reach the physical objects. Now, can you imagine where it reaches the physical object? The current web, how does it reach the physical object? Can anyone guess? Or has anyone seen something which makes physical objects connect to the web? Right. So some connected devices, some IoT traditional, the typical IoT devices which have connectivity back into the cloud, so the physical device is communicated. Anything else? IoT, right. So yes, so these are the examples, but when it comes to the end user right now, I think the biggest penetration is of something called QR codes. Now, this is not a technical, this is not a very sophisticated electronic device or anything like that. It's just an image printed on my milk carton or something like I go to the bus stop and there is a poster, there is a QR code printed where I can take a quick snap and then it decodes the information that is embedded in the QR code. and then I can go to the URL, which gives me more information about that object. I'm standing in the theater and I'm seeing the poster of a new movie, Finding Dory, and I want to see its trailer. So in the traditional sense, what I would do, I would go there. So if there is no QR code, I will go on the Google. I will search for the movie name. It will show me some YouTube result. I will go and watch the trailer. The next step. Now there is a QR code which actually points to the trailer on the YouTube. So I take a snap and I can use that information to directly go to the YouTube. But then I just want to see how many of you have used QR code in last 5 days? Last 5 days. Okay. Why don't we number the next? That's fine. Anyway, but do you think that, so how many of you don't have or don't know if you have QR code scanner in your phone? How many of you don't have QR code scanner, or if you don't know if you have QR code scanner on your phone? You have, no, I'm saying not, don't have. Okay, neither do I rarely use it, right? Even if I have a lot of QR codes around me, I don't tend to take out my phone, find out an application to scan QR code, go there and actually scan it, right? So, yes, it is a very good system to connect the physical devices to the web, but I wouldn't say it is vastly successful. What if things can talk themselves about whatever information they want to give out? And that is where the physical web comes in, which allows things to communicate the information about themselves to you. So what is the physical web? So physical web is an initiative to create an open standard that extends the web that we know as of today into the physical world. Now, this is not from the perspective of connecting things to the internet. It's a totally separate aspect. In the physical web, the user interaction is the primary motive of this particular program, where the user should be able to interact with things around themselves and then bring in the web to help the user to get information about it. You see the difference? You understand the difference between the two? So, it is an open. So this is an initiative started by Google, and Google has a separate program called the Physical Web. And though this is started by Google, right since the beginning, it is open for everyone to contribute. They have the GitHub project for the physical web, and everything is open out there. So the standard, in terms of standards, protocols, and the sample applications, and everything they have kept it open for everyone. They also plan to make it as a standard to include 3GPP and others, so that it remains an open standard which is then widely followed. Because if you see the motive for this openness, it is really required. If it is kind of Google's proprietary thing, and then Android users will end up using it, iOS people won't, and it will be only partially successful system, right? So that's why they want to make it an open standard which reaches not only their ecosystem, that is Android, but goes beyond that, and anybody using smartphone can actually make use of that. So again, coming back to how it works theoretically at the user interaction level, this is how the traditional web interaction works. The user takes out phone, types in query, the query reaches the World Wide Web, you get an answer is shown to the user, right? When it comes to physical web, the interaction works something like this. You have in this mix, now you have a device, right? Which is a connected device, or which is a smart device which wants to tell user about itself. It keeps sending information to the phone. Whenever user wants, the information is given to the user. Then user uses that information to get more information about the device from the web. The web provides that information, and the information again reaches back to the user. So this is how the typical interaction will work with the physical web devices. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Let's proceed. Now you would ask why physical web, right? So yeah. It may have two-way data channel, but at the minimum, it is always sending out some information. It might not receive information back from the user, but at the minimum, it will keep sending the information. So why physical web? So the biggest motive behind physical web is the the change in the user expectations, right? Nowadays, everybody sees a lot of connected devices are coming up, and it is the growth of connected devices is significant in last 2-3 years. And then users' expectations change. They start imagining that everything around me has to be connected, one way or another. So that's the biggest motive. And then how do you manage all of these, right? Again, if you imagine all the things around you are connected, it will be really painful to have application for each one of them, right? If this particular light strip is connected and this speaker system is connected, yes. In some cases, if I am the owner of the house, it really makes sense, but not always, right? If I am standing at the bus stop and if there is a connected device there is no reason why I should be installing one more application on my phone. So the assumption that each device will have its own app is not realistic. There are several use cases which don't require native application. They are like, I am somewhere, I need to interact with such a device. I do that and I go away. Probably I will never come back to that place again to interact with that device. So why do I need to install an app for that? But physical web is not about getting rid of dedicated native apps for the devices. It is only to facilitate the interactions where native apps are not really required. So it is not there to invalidate or make the apps wide in the sense of say you have smart fridge or if you have a smart lighting system, you will still have an app to control that. So that's not the use case that physical web is targeting. But when you are in transit, you are on a bus, if you want to know something about that particular bus, when it is going to reach to the destination, that type of interactions, which are significant in number, and physical web basically tries to address that segment of interactions by using some technology. So let's see some examples of these interactions that we are talking about. You find a stray cat, a pet cat of course, and you don't know who is the owner is. What if the cat has something in her around her neck which can tell you to whom this cat belongs and how can you contact the owner of the cat? A very valid use case. You wouldn't install an app for that. A bus tells you its next stop. You're on the bus, it tells you the next stop automatically. Parking meters. You are in the parking system. You have parked your car, now you have to pay for a particular spot. Then you can just take out your phone, pay for that parking spot, and you are done. You don't need to again have an app for this. You go to any store, however small it can, and you can still get the online experience of that particular store. You can see what the rating of that small shop is. You go to Zoom car, you want to get the self-drive rental car. Again, the car itself tells you to pay using a web, so, using a non-native application, and you do the needful, and then you ride that car. Industrial equipments can offer diagnostics for anyone who is using them. So, what is the technology behind it? How can you make the device send the information to you and you can easily access it? So the technology behind it is Bluetooth Smart, which is more popularly known as Bluetooth Low Energy. So, though it is based on Bluetooth Low Energy, the standard per se does not limit itself to the Bluetooth Low Energy only. Let me give you an example. So you can very well have the device like so you are already on the airport and your phone is connected to the Wi-Fi network of the airport. Then you can still have the physical devices connecting and communicating to you using the same Wi-Fi network as well. Or there is a protocol standard which is work in progress called Neighborhood Aware Networks. So this is a Wi-Fi standard coming up which allows peer-to-peer discovery of Wi-Fi devices. If tomorrow when it becomes standard, there is no reason why the physical web cannot be used using that as an underlying protocol. So, in general, it is not defined to be a protocol-specific protocol, I will say, or the communication protocol-specific protocol, but right now, the primary use case that it actually is done using the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth low energy radios. The physical devices, basically what they do, they keep sending out beacon information periodically. So, you know, right? So, whenever you get a Bluetooth device, when it is in pairing mode, you can bring up your phone and you can scan that device and you can see the device available in the scan list. It's the same technique. The device keeps sending out beacons periodically, and the beacons contain information about that device. The beacons contain specifically a URL that device wants you to go to. Now, what is the advantage of using the Bluetooth Low Energy? So the first advantage is you can run these type of BLE devices if they are only beaconing, they are not allowing any incoming connection. If they are only sending out beacons with a moderate periodicity, like once a second or so, right now it is very easy to find devices which can last up to 2.5, 3 years on a single battery. So they are very low power. And they are very small in size and low in cost. If you go on AliExpress, you can easily find modifiable beacons at $1 price point. So that's where the cost and power and size standpoint, it makes a very strong case for the technology to be chosen as the base for physical web interactions. So now device tells you about itself. So as I mentioned, all that device does is that in the beacons that it keeps sending out, it contains the URL that the device wants a user to go to. Why URLs? URLs are very well understood and flexible, right? You can have static URLs or dynamic URLs, so you can change the URL on the device whenever you want and stuff like that. So they are very well known. Also, they can point to an HTML page where you can find the information about the device, or the same URL can point to a web application which allows you some type of interaction, like I am standing in front of a dispenser or a dispenser machine, and that will allow me to pay for something in that dispenser on the website. So that is kind of a web application that it can point to, or it can very well point to a native app. If you have the native app, even then it is useful because then it will allow you an easy access to go in the native app. You don't have to keep searching where that native application is, whether it's really installed in your system or not, but it will give you that type of access as well. Now, as I mentioned, URLs can be static or dynamic, and that is where it becomes very interesting. For example, the URLs can be dynamic, and what advantage it could give you? Suppose I am standing outside the Lee Jeans store, and Lee has decided to give away 10 coupons per hour of 20% off. Then the URL can get modified every time a user claims a coupon. Suppose a device has some backend connectivity, as soon as user claims a coupon, the URL can get updated to send out a new coupon. So a lot of interesting things can be realized if it is being used in the payment system. The authentication token, the challenge response token, and everything can be given in form of URL. So there are multiple useful interactions that can be designed, taking an advantage of URL can change statically or dynamically. Now, if you think about it, it's also very interesting that without changing the URL in the device, you can change the URL in the destination itself using the HTTP redirect protocol. So once it is basically sending the user to one particular site. When you want to change it, you only change the redirection in the cloud, and it will start sending the user to the other location. So you can also change the URLs dynamically right in the cloud. You don't need to always do it on the device itself. So you can keep the ephemeral URLs on the device and still use the cloud protocol and the configurations in the cloud to change the URLs dynamically. Now, what happens on the controller on the phone side, which is in the hands of the user? So the phone can scan the available devices, and it understands the beacon format. It can actually see what URL each one of them are sending out. Right now, iOS and Android platforms have this functionality implemented as in the background. They keep scanning about the available devices around using an application called Physical Web. But that application is very tightly integrated with the platforms right now, and it is very likely that going ahead, this application is not really required to be installed. Right now, it's very new technology. That's why they are giving it out in the form of an application. But when it goes ahead, it will be part of the Android platform itself, or it can very well be part of your browsers. Now you will ask why browsers, right? So in the browsers, when I open the Chrome browser, by default it takes me to Google, where I can search for any web page. What if you can search also for the nearby devices in the same browser? Or the browser itself shows you the search results, and in the search results it mixes the results coming not only from the web, but also from the physical devices around you. So there is work going on to make the support in both the native platform itself as well as in the browsers for the physical web. And then the user, when there are devices around you, the user sees the devices in the notification area. Now you will ask the question, what about security? How do I know that this is the valid device or this is the trustworthy device? It is not asking me to get redirected to some site which will install malicious cookies and everything on my phone. So first of all, what will be the most irritating part is I'm walking on the road and every 10 seconds I'm getting notification that this device is around and that device is around. So physical web does not give you any buzz notification on its own. It's always a passive notification. You have to pull out your phone and go into the notification area, and then only it will show the available devices around you. It does not push any notification to the user on its own. And it also saves, if you think about it, it also saves on the battery power of the device, because now device is not not necessarily always required to do the scanning for the devices around you. Only when you take out your phone and pull down the notification area, it quickly scans and show you what devices are around you.
What about SQL and XSS attacks?
Which one?
XSS and SQL injection.
XSS and SQL injection is totally at the website level, right?
Yeah, but CURL, right?
Yes.
So it can be done.
Yeah, sure. So I will come to that point as well. So, though devices can export any URL, you basically Google still has a certain control, and where does Google have control over this? Because these URLs, when they are getting shown in the notification area, the Google has an ability to filter them. So the notification area belongs to an Android system or iOS system, and those systems belong to Apple and Google. So Google has servers set up, dedicated servers set up, which see what devices users are seeing, and they have an ability to filter out devices, eliminating the spam. So if there are any malicious URLs in there, which users can report, just the way you can report fraudulent activities on the Facebook or other social sites. Similarly, if you just you can basically specify that this particular is malicious device, then it can get blacklisted and it will not be shown to other users in that case. Only HTTPS URLs are allowed. Then HTTP URLs where you are sending some data on your own is not allowed. And the one more interesting thing, if you think about it, if you have 10, 20, 30 devices around you, it is very important to show the results in a meaningful sequence. If I have, say, a lifesaver instrument nearby me, it has to be shown at the top. It should not be at the bottom, so that in the life-threatening condition, I keep searching where that device is in that entire list of 10, 20, 50 devices. So they also, these Google servers also make sure to prioritize the devices in a correct sequence, and they give the user the right user experience while interacting with the devices. There are two more interesting things happening which are very related to this. And one of them is Web Bluetooth. Have you heard of Web Bluetooth? So Web Bluetooth is a JavaScript library which allows you to write applications in the browser which will interact with the Bluetooth radio. So you can actually write code in JavaScript to connect to the device, the Bluetooth enabled device, and communicate with the device. So this is very useful, right? So Pranav, come to your question. So now if the device allows connection as well, you can use. So the experience will be like the device gives you a link, you go to that URL, then the JavaScript application loads, that also interacts with the same device connecting to it, and you can have two-way interaction with the device right from your web app. You don't need to have a native application, right? So the web Bluetooth is also very useful. Again, web Bluetooth is currently supported by Chrome browsers as well as Opera, Safari. Apple said they are also thinking about it and working on supporting it. Right now, the support is not enabled by default, but you find out literature in on the web how to enable support for web Bluetooth in your browsers. But you can very well use that. And they also have open GitHub account where you will be able to find a lot of interesting examples, the code snippets and everything which you can use to write a code to have to basically have a web app which interacts with the Bluetooth device. The second interesting basically technology is web notifications. So web notifications is also thing which basically you can have a JavaScript library, but on the user's consent, you can have the JavaScript application send a notification to the system in a non-web standard. For example, you can imagine a queue management system. So where you are standing in a queue and you register using the web, using the physical web, you register yourself in the queue, you get a number 40, you are 40th in the queue, and then it asks you whether you want to be notified whether you reach at the front of the queue. You say yes. And then internally, what web notification could do is it could actually buzz your phone and send you an active notification when that particular event gets. So it gives you an ability to send notifications outside the context of the web application. Any questions? Sure. In the sense, yes, but still, so okay, I will break answer into multiple parts, right? So the first part, so when it's a personal device, it might not be always broadcast, right? So personal devices are typically one-time paired, and once it is paired, they stay in the connected mode. So for example, I have a fitness band, then the fitness band is not always sending out the beacons. It might send a very low frequency beacon from me to allow the connection, but they may stay connected, and that's one part of the answer. But fundamentally, Bluetooth Low Energy is very good in terms of managing the three channels that are allowed for this. So it will automatically balance out the load into three different channels that it works on. That is the part number two. The third part is the amount of information we are talking about is really small. It is, if I'm not wrong, then 31 bytes are sent in a Bluetooth accelerator, and 31 bytes at 2 Mbps, 2 megabits per second. So you can calculate how much time each of the beacon will take in the air. So you can imagine collisions and everything. It is significantly small time in few micros or nanoseconds, for which each beacon will consume the channel. So giving all the kind of the last thing is range of the Bluetooth. So Bluetooth devices are not very good in terms of range, and that is also by design. So you want to, they are personal area network devices. So you might not be able to. So that is one more way because of which the channels do not get saturated, which is the problem with the 2.4 gigahertz packet. 5 gigahertz is much better there because 5 gigahertz was one, it has not many channels. There are very few devices, and the data is quite high there. So so BLE right now has an advantage, and I don't see it happening in the very near future. It might happen, but at least right now, all these technical advantages are for the Bluetooth technology. Yeah. Yeah.
So in that case, if you use BLE, there will be limitations for the devices and there may be lesser area.
Sure. So let me repeat her question. It's a valid question. So what she's asking is, suppose you are outside a shop or mall and you want your device to connect to the physical web device, which is allowing an incoming connection. Would there be limitations in terms of number of devices that can connect to that device? Yes. If you are talking about connections, active connections where my phone is connecting to the device, then it will be limited by the number. Also, it is again limited by the range. So only people within that range will be able to connect, and it is typically right of 1 people, not more than that. But typically 8, 10, 12 connections are easily handled by these devices. If you want, so there can also be other mode of interaction with the same device, where the device is using the BLE to become part of the physical web ecosystem. But communication to the BLE device would also be via cloud, if the device also has the Wi-Fi connectivity for the back. So there are certain cases like there is a parking meter video where you just take off your phone, use this technology to pay, and then parking meter starts. So they in that they have actually used web sockets for communication between the cloud and the device. So if there is an alternate channel, that alternate channel can also be used for communication from the controller of the device. Delays, but here we are talking about human interaction based this thing, right? So communication. So the delay would be there like 100 milliseconds, 200 milliseconds, or whatever it is. But if you're in your significant delay rate in 10 seconds, no, there won't be that. Right? Okay, so for the physical web devices, you don't really need to establish a connection with the device. So, for example, I'm sitting in a bus and all I want is an information about the bus. Then the device, the Bluetooth speaker in the bus is sending out the information in form of a beacon, which I can pass. I don't need to connect to that device to get any information. And on that beacon, I will find a URL specific to that bus, which when I open, it will show where the bus is currently and how much time will it take to reach my destination and all that stuff. So in this interaction, you don't really need your phone to ever connect to the device in the bus. Okay, so should we see the demo? What I have is I have a couple of ST modes. So ST mode is just another beacon, Bluetooth Low Energy beacon, and it is configurable. So you can configure it as iBeacon, or you can configure it to be a physical web device. That is Edison URL, which is the Google's way of configuring beacons. So what I have done is I have configured two devices with same contents. So that is one more interesting thing. If I configure two devices to broadcast the same URL, then it is not considered as two devices. It is still considered as one device. So wherever I want a bigger range and still want to show it as one particular device, like I want to use it on the railway station platform, then I will save the same content on all 15, 20, 30 devices that I require on the same platform. And it will still be shown as one device. And then I have a third one which has Pune.io being stored. So what is the demo? So you can take out your phones and launch physical web app. Or if it is already launched, you can go to the notification area and you can see, you'll see the available beacons. Yeah, you have to download that. There are four devices. Yeah, there could be someone. I think one of my friend also has one physical device. So what in that, if you see for the list, so this is the icon for the physical web, and if you see for the available devices nearby, you would see my presentation itself as a one device. You see physical web by Amey Inamdar as one of the device. If you click in there, you would be able to access the same presentation that I am giving you right now.
Physical web or what?
Yes, physical web.
Devices here or here? Here one.
Yes, okay.
Is it Google there or iOS?
iOS.
On iOS,
Yeah, very same. Physical web.
This? Huh? Here, what in? Let's try it.
Do people in the back also see the device? If you cannot, then you can hold. You can hold this. It's a simple battery and a Bluetooth connection. It's an online presentation. So all it is doing is, so somebody Anuj is walking by, he doesn't know what my presentation is. He can take out his phone, he can find, oh, this is the presentation which is Amey has set as a physical web device. So he can immediately go to that presentation and start seeing it. Sure.
Like extra data, we can
In beacon technology, you can also pass additional data. But when it comes to physical web standard, the URL is what you have to pass.
So, basically, what you understand is that who is editing this URL?
That device is editing the URL, and the URL is taking your phone to my presentation. Similarly, imagine that this is the bus stop. This is the bus stop. It emits a URL. You go to that URL and you see what is the next bus going to come arrive at that. It is as good as your QR code, but you don't really need to go there and take a picture of it.
Also, the difference is
No, so actually, who has the physical web, additional physical web beacons? Somebody has, you have, he also has, that's why he is working. By the way, there is also an application in the App Store which can be used on Android phones, create the physical web devices, simulate physical web devices. So you can, if you have two phones around you, you can take one to and act as a physical web device, and then you can use other phone to do the test. No, unfortunately, no. So physical web does not give you that ability. It is assumed that your phone will always have a good internet connection because those use cases will be very limited, right? From the phone into the device? No, because that is again how you model the security around it, right? So, and it will also limit the battery life because now your phone needs to connect to the to send the data to the device. Right now, it's only device is beaconing. Phone is not connecting to the device, right? Right now, it is not possible. So, physical web is not for these uses. What are the characterizations of URL? So, I think it is so entire broadcast packet is 31 bytes. So, I'm not very sure how long the URL should be, but what I have done for this one, I have created a bit.ly URL using URL function and trying to achieve that. Yeah. If the battery will be only coming, the processing will only come to the picture when you take your phone out of the sleep mode. Because it is not actively scanning for the devices around you, unless and until you have registered for some type of explicit notification. So if you are just walking by, it is not going to get automatically the CPU inside it is not going to get woken up. And it is passive notifications. Only when you go into the notifications area, you will get to see the details. And then it caches those devices. Yes. So there are multiple ways. So beacons provide some way to program the URL. So there are beacon managers that come. So when for iBeacons or any of these type of beaconing technologies, what people do is they create another device which is a Wi-Fi connectivity on one side and the Bluetooth connectivity on the other side. So then they can use a web API to configure the URL on the beacon. So there are two things which need to be managed independently for any of the beacon technology. So the first thing is URL, which is the contents of the beacon, and the second thing is battery. In the commercial environment, it is very important to track the battery of these devices, and whenever the battery goes off, you have to either throw the device away and put the new device in, or you need to replace the battery if it is a replaceable battery. So, for the enterprise of the commercial class, there are solutions available by some companies which provide you this management system. But as I mentioned, the URL modification is not required on the device if you are using the URL modification in the website. It may not be necessary. Right now, it's just an idle beacon, so it is not connected to anything else apart from it is just a BLE radio broadcast. But depending on your use case, you can connect it to temperature sensor and write in the URL it will be sending this is my current temperature, which is shown in your weather. No, so these Redstones, specifically these Redstones are use and throw devices. Once you get them, you will use it for 1 year or so or more than that. And when the battery goes off, you just have to throw it.
How is the configuration part of your, like, how do you manage this?
Yeah, so these devices have additional Bluetooth functionality which allows the configuration of URL. So apart from beaconing, so these devices also allow me to connect the pair phone to the device, and then using the phone application, I can configure what URL I want to send to the device. But if the device already has a Wi-Fi connectivity, then you can also configure it from the Wi-Fi side.
Have people started using these controllers like a
Yes, not in Pune, but in the initial pilots have started. 40 buses in London have physical web devices, so all the passengers in the bus, they can find the bus and they can see the traffic status and they can estimate the time required to reach a particular destination. So there are pilots that have started around the world, and you can, if you go to YouTube, you will see various different videos about how these systems work. Yeah. You are talking anything apart from these solutions on the security that you already considers? So sure. So basically, the notifications are not push notifications. You don't get buzz for every notification of the new device. You have to find a notification in your drop-down notification bar. The second thing is Google has ability to filter the devices. So if somebody reports that this is a malicious device, that will not be shown in the list of available devices because Google can filter it out. Third thing is that only HTTPS URLs are allowed, no HTTP plain text business. And Google servers also take care of sorting the devices correctly so that high priority devices get listed in your notification bar higher than the low priority devices. It depends on the device manufacturer, right? So not at the protocol level, because if it's a Bluetooth low energy device and if it is correctly implemented and does not accept any other connection, we cannot just go and modify the URL in there. But it depends on the specific implementation of the device. I don't get the question. So you are saying the user's phone does not have internet connection? That's fine, right? So all devices allowing you is sending the URL, and it's up to you whether you want to reach to that URL or not. It's up to you. So there's no question about that. No, so Google does not come to know that who is connecting where. It only makes sure that these are the, it only takes care of the security portion, and that is the only purpose of the Google server. Yeah. The configuration that I use through Bitly is redirection. So that's where I consider HTTPS bit.ly. Yeah. And then there is the redirection happen, but the Bitly is known this thing for the. That's all.
So the security is only until that redirection. After the redirection, you can't be sure.
I think it may be the current implementations in this course which might be more allowing than they should be, but at least the protocol says that it could be HTTPS URLs will be allowed.
Basically, you are saying there could be antivirus for the ones. Who is going to check that like you have the browser
And that
and you have the
antivirus,
antivirus there, you will see that this website is safe. You can click on that.
and the way Google ensures it is that Google servers themselves will, the way they do spam filtering in the mail, the Google servers will do spam filtering of the web devices. So if you report that this is not a real device and it is a harmful device, once you report it to Google server, if she walks by, she will not see that device in the list because Google server is not blocking that.
How do Google prioritize? I don't have it.
You don't need to have. So I think there may be some backend channel. Whoever is manufacturing the devices, they can get themselves certified from the Google for the higher priority. I don't know the details about it. No, it cannot. It depends. It is not defined by the standard. It is also. It may have some password. For example, STMods, it has a user account configured. Once you get it first time, you have to associate the STMod to user account. And only that user can now find it. Not anyone. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Sure.
They will also have some.
Or is that the only application through which you can access this?
Right now, that's the only thing, but as it becomes popular, it will be ported to others.